fire station. And we bought it from the city of Denver. We went up for auction. And so when we bought the space, as a group, we decided, okay, what do we want? What kind of spaces do we want? And so we went into what we call our design process. So we did all of us together. We broke up into small groups, and we discussed what kinds of spaces we wanted in the building. And we put them into what we call a bubble diagram. In here, because this is the question everyone asks, where was the fire pole? Unfortunately, the fire pole was gone when we got here, but we couldn't keep it, but we kept the pole. And we put a big piece of glass on. All those walls are new, but the footprint of the building stayed the same. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
I was thinking that like this was like a fire garage.
No.
Like this was an add-on.
No. So this is all we put this all in, but it does roll up like a garage door. So it rolls up just like your garage door. But now we can have big, huge meetings in here, which has really been nice. Mm-hmm. So we keep. So we have what we call our printer room. We have our big, large format printer that prints big, huge drawings that are in color. And then this is the, we call it the kit, but the kit prints all of our construction documents. So these are all, you can see we kind of tried to design it so that people can have small group meeting areas. And we'll walk through there and you can see people's workstations. But this is where the entire architectural staff works. And so we set it up so you get lots of natural daylight, but you're far enough away from the outside that people can't look in and watch us, because that's kind of weird. But during baseball games, this is a really, really busy street, so people just stick their head up against the glass. So this is what we call our R&D lab. So this is our research and development lab. We get a lot of samples from client or from vendors, and these are some of the old historic drawings from the city and county of Denver. State Capitol building. So this is where we do some of our larger work as a team, where we need to really spread out. Mm-hmm. And then we have in here. And so we turn these into our library. So this is where if you're looking for brick or brick colors, you go into Division 4. And this is where all your brick and stone would be. And if you're looking for drywall or light fixtures, you have them all in here. So this is what we've called this our architectural library. And then we have our marketing department, which we'll talk about. That's how we win new projects. Tim is our graphic artist. So he does a lot of our illustrations for us. So this is Noah.
Hi Noah, how's it going?
In a software that we'll show you called SketchUp. And then we draw every single one of these drawings that tells the contractor exactly how to build the foundations, how to build the walls, where to put the windows, where to put the doors, where to put the door handle, the sinks. We tell them all of this. And so we give them dimensions. So this is a big part of what we do that I don't think people think about. Mm-hmm. We do the design, but then we spend a lot of for preservation. There is a certification process. Okay. So if you were interested in historic preservation, you want to have that certification as well, or then just get a few years of experience on the job. Okay. But that's something that I'm not sure people know they want to do that until they've actually been doing it for a while. Right, so that's a true specialty. Okay. So I brought a couple magazines that I thought you might want to flip through, which you're welcome to take with you if you want. But just some ideas of what's going on. So there's healthcare, hospital 5 or 6 years ago with the bentonite clay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of basements because of the clay.
Right.
So
right.
Is that a fire?
Yep. So those are we actually.
Oh, that's a patio.
Yep. So did you have any other?
Not really, but like how many years of college would you have to take?
So all 4 years of college, you'd have to graduate from college, and then most programs for architecture are a 4-1. So you get a professional degree. So architecture typically is about a 5-year program, and then or what they call a 4-2, and that gets you the master's. So it's 4 years and then 2 more years of architecture school. So
there's any colleges that have a good architecture program?
There's some really good ones in the country. Carnegie Mellon is a great one. Kansas is a really good one. They have a 4-1 program in the University of
Really
Kansas.
happy about that.
Jayhawks. My
Yes.
sister was a Jayhawk. That's a good, regional one. CU's got a good one, but it's a 4-2 program, so you do 4 years in Boulder and then 2 years down here in Denver.
Okay.
So in that gets,
The other question he had was, do you have a set schedule, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or are the hours flexible? Is mobility a necessary factor for success?
mobility.
Yes. Is like, do you keep traveling?
Okay. It depends on what kind of work you want to do, I think. Our firm is pretty good. We don't work true 8 to 5. I work from about 7 till 6. Contractors tend to work earlier in the mornings because they want to get done earlier in the afternoon. So contractors tend to be on site early, which means that we have to be answering questions for them early. So we tend to shift our mornings. We tend to be in the office a little earlier than most people. I'd say it's a longer day than some professionals. We work more like a 9-hour day, 10-hour day, as opposed to a true 8-hour day. There is a lot of flexibility. And then we move into what we call the design phase. And in here we have schematic design, and then we have what's called design development, and then we have construction documents, and that's what these are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these are the 2 big design phases. So you can ask him a lot of the education questions too. But he is one of our project designers in the office, so I thought he could tell you all about how we come up with concepts, the way the process works. Good, perfect.
Yeah. So I do a lot of the work on the kind of the front end early on.
So I kind of sketched.
Oh,
He's in this.
okay.
He's there. He specializes.
And I work a lot in what we call the design process, which is basically gathering ideas about the problem, getting information on what the owner wants to do in their building, gathering ideas from the team members in terms of how to approach the problem, and then coming up with options and being able to clearly present those options to the client so that they can make an informed decision about what they want to do for their building. So I brought a few handouts and graphic examples that you can keep. This first one I thought is a good example of the design process, and it's pretty detailed, but I thought I'd pick out a few main points that we include. So program, bubble diagramming, site analysis, concept, and solutions are some of the main, phases or steps in the design process. So the first one I was going to talk about.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
So here's this building in 3D SketchUp. I'll let you play around with this one too and teach you some of the commands to get you started. I've taught my kindergartner daughter how to do it, and she loves just painting and using materials. It's really easy to use, which is why a lot of architects like to use it. You don't have to spend a lot of time learning it. These are some ideas about where you walked in and the wall that moves between spaces. You can set up different views so you can easily move around.
So once we get through that phase, we've got to figure out how to put it on into paper so that we can create drawings so that they can build the actual building. And design doesn't just stop when you in your mind have an idea, wow, I really want the building to look like this. You end up designing it all the way through, down to the littlest detail. So, where am I? Where did she send me? So what we do is now we know kind of through SketchUp what we want the building to look like, and so we decide that we need to document it. And there's a couple of different softwares that we can use to do that. And one of them is called Revit. Have you ever heard of Revit?
No.
Have you heard of AutoCAD?
No.
No?
AutoCAD.
AutoCAD, yeah.
That is that. What he was dress.
For
Yeah. So this is just one of the drawings that's in AutoCAD. No, where did it go? I don't know. Let's go in classrooms and where every single one of the lights goes. So there's just a whole bunch of different people that do stuff, and then there's mechanical engineers. What do you think mechanical engineers do?
I don't know.
That one's a little bit tougher. They're the ones that figure out where all the heating in the on the air goes for all your air conditioning and heating, and they also do all your plumbing, so all the water for bathrooms and stuff like that.
Yeah. So when they come in all different shapes and sizes, and so do the people who do it. And yeah, so this is cool. So what's neat about this is part of the history of this building. And that's what I want to talk to you about. We learn about architects who came before us in the history of architecture because it teaches us what that we can use today. So there's these myths and dimensions were used in a time when this was the repair shop for the fire machine. And all Asians had that. Oh, yes. Go ahead. We're really cool.
I have not known any like really famous architects.
But are there any buildings like even near where you live that you think are really great, like a church or a school or a cool house or something?
I will have to look when I go.
Yeah, that would be good. So there's probably you've probably seen a picture of that building.
Yeah.
So that's that was a palace, and it was built by a man for his wife, and she died, and it became kind of a tomb for her, made all of marble, and here this is another. There's a lot of religious buildings that were really big deal, churches, and this man right here, his name is Frank Lloyd Wright. He's probably the most famous American architect. And he was from Wisconsin, and he had his business in Chicago.